we're going to talk about something that she is very proud of, and we as a station are very proud of. Learn the stories of history makers through the eyes of people they influence. First Coast News' Keitha Nelson is joining us now, and there are so many stories told, of course, especially when it comes to the contributions of African Americans in our community, and you have been able to tell their stories in a unique way, right?
Unique is the ideal word for this. So it's called Vivid Hues, Stories of Black History. It's a special that airs tonight at 7:30 on ABC 25. It's a 30-minute special that really delves into Jacksonville's Black history in particular. And when you say unique, so Jacksonville has this culture of artists. We all see the murals around town, right? I used to see them as well walking around. I'm just like, I got to tap into this some way, somehow. And so I started reaching out to artists, and I realized, wow, they are so talented. How can we showcase their talent and passion? A lot of them are really passionate in particular about our city's Black history. And so what you're seeing right now is Chris Clark, one of the artists who is featured in this series. And so he's right now depicting hockey's Black history.
Oh, cool.
And so what we did is we had our local artists painting stories, and then these stories are being told by Jacksonville history makers. So it was just like the ideal combination. But it's gonna be an awesome time, 30 minutes of really just delving into our rich history right here in Jacksonville. What you're seeing there is the Stanton School, which you know is in the La Villa area. A lot of people don't know that was the first school for African Americans within the entire state of Florida. And it's right here in our backyards.
Oh my gosh.
Now the wooden schoolhouse is no longer standing, but we still have the brick building.
Okay.
That's still up. And James Weldon Johnson, he was a big proponent for building that building, making it a brick building. It was once wood. It burnt down twice.
Oh,
you know, he's like,
no.
we had enough.
He's like, we've learned our lesson, we need brick.
Yes. And so he fought for that, and that building, again, is still standing to this day. And you're going to hear from some notable graduates from Stanton. They're going to share that story, plus their own stories. I'm talking about Nat Glover, you know, the first Black sheriff in Jacksonville, as well as Dr. Norma Solomon White, who was the first female band member for the Marching 100 at FAMU. So those who know Black history, you're going to see these people like, oh my gosh, oh wow, we're going to hear from them. And that's how I feel. I get really excited sharing these stories, because these are people that, for me, I've heard about, you know, growing up, and wow, I get to touch them, feel them, talk to them, and share them all with you. So I hope people get excited, learn from this series. That's what it's really all about, is learning our history. And we keep on saying Black history, but we all know Black history is American history.
It's
we all
our
need
history.
to learn it.
Yep.
So that it's going to be a fun time.
Right. And you mentioned we're going to learn. What did you learn? Because you mentioned that, you know, I've heard of these names. I know like a little bit about the background, but is there anything you learned that you didn't know, like while you were doing this?
I'm so glad you asked that, Jordan. It's a great question, because Sugar Hill, I didn't know it's just west of Springfield. Sugar Hill is this area where in the 1900s you had Black millionaires living, mansions. We're talking about fancy cars. Think about that, 1900s.
Right.
There were how many millionaires in total in the U.S.? And we had Black ones right here.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And this is during the time of segregation. So think about the barriers they had to overcome.
Right, how did they get there? Yeah.
And we had multiple right here in Jackson, in this one little small corridor called Sugar Hill. Of course, it no longer exists because of urban renewal. Yeah. I say greed. You know, different things happen, and it's no longer there. But it's just this tapping into this history, man. It just warms my heart. I get excited about this, and I hope others will as well when they view this.
And so tonight, 7:30, ABC 25, of course. Is this one story, or is this going to be multiple that we're hearing?
You heard me mention hockey's Black history.
Okay, so that will be part of it.
Sugar Hill is one as well. Ruby Bridges, the young lady, well, she was only 6 at the time. She integrated schools in Louisiana. We have a well-known advocate here from Jacksonville, Taylor Richardson, sharing that story. Several stories that we're going to delve into within the 30-minute special. And again, I really hope folks enjoy it. Oh, and besides ABC 25,
right?
It's also
Can you find it? Okay.
Streaming on Roku, Fire TV, First Coast News Plus. Make sure you download that app. Lots of ways to enjoy it, and watch it with the kiddos.
Yeah, that's great.
I have little ones,
that's
so
a great
I always think it's important to involve the children as well, and let them learn, because you have to strengthen their minds from early on. Let them know the rich legacy and history, where they come from, so they understand where they can actually go.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's empowering as well.
Yes, that's what it's all about. You know that, Jordan.
Yeah.
I like to empower my little ones.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Keitha. Always good to see you. Are you doing the noon today?
Oh, no, Katie is. Sorry.
Okay. She's like, I've got plans. No, I love it. Thank you so much. We love you so much, and the great work you're doing here at First Coast News. David?